This presentation is on interest groups. What are interest groups? Interest groups are comprised of people who share common goals who want to influence government. Interest groups are concerned only with a few issues or problems, and they unite people with common values or attitudes from various regions. Interest groups help bridge the gap between citizens and the government because it's an opportunity for the citizens to influence government. And interest groups draw their strength from the financial resources, numbers, and expertise of their members. There are many types of interest groups out there, and most groups can be divided into 5 categories. The first category being public interest, and these interest groups are focused on topics that affect the general public, like education, the environment, and politics. Economic interest groups promote the economic interests of their member in business, labor, or trade organizations. Professional groups advocate for people in a particular profession, such as doctors, lawyers, or teachers. Ideological groups promote policy based on a set of core political or religious beliefs, and single-issue groups focus on one narrow topic, such as immigration or drunk driving. Here are a couple of examples of interest groups. The Humane Society is one of them. It works to reduce suffering and improve the lives of all animals by advocating for better laws, investigating on animals' cruelty, and conducting campaigns to reform industries. They also provide animal rescue and emergency response and caring for animals through their emergency shelters. There's also MAD, which is an interest group called Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and it's to stop drunk driving and support victims of this violent crime and prevent underage drinking. There's also the Screen Actors Guild, which is the SAG, that represents actors who work in film, television programs, and commercials, video games, the internet, and all new media formats. So the guild exists to enhance actors' working condition, pay, benefits, and to be powerful, united voice on behalf of the artist's rights. So each one of these interest groups fall under one of the categories that we mentioned in the last slide. Here are several ways in which interest groups can influence government. The first one is informing the public and elected officials about issues that matter to the group. The information lobbyists provide has been carefully chosen to persuade the audience to take one side of an issue. Lawmakers have to be aware of the bias in the lobbyists' messages and consider both sides before they make a decision. They can also donate money to political campaigns in exchange for support by the candidate. So the government addresses this concern with strict rules about how interest groups may collect and donate money to political campaigns, and they must do it in a form of something called PAC, which is Political Action Committee, that follows strict government rules about giving money to political candidates that might support certain interest groups' views. They also endorse candidate running for office and suggest that the group members vote for him and her, because hopefully once the candidate is in office, he or she may introduce new bills and or support existing laws or use their influence on important committees to maintain the interest group's agenda. An interest group that I would want to be a part of is the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. And according to their website description, the ASPCA's mission is to provide effective means for the prevention of cruelty to animals throughout the United States. Why I want to be a part of this group is because as an animal lover and a dog owner, I cannot bear the idea of animals without homes or being treated cruelly. I believe strongly in the case of providing them food and shelter so they do not have to suffer.